Start virtual camera. Hello, and welcome to the second day of, the rotation list. You know what, I'm going to call it the rotation list, that sounds cool. But if you have a better name, please put it in the comments. I'm not very creative. So this series is going to be where I'm going to go through, and I've just picked out some of my favourite cards that are going to be rotating with the E-block. It's a few months away yet, but I have still got 68 I want to flick through. And then I might even pick some more if someone picks out some they want to see. So today's, I think my choice today is Tyranitar, but Turbo Tyranitar. Tyranitar's a very difficult one to play because of the attack. Well, the attack's kind of doing two different things. Cragalanche for 2 colourless energy and 1 dark energy does 60 damage and discards the top 2 cards of your opponent's deck. It's good against Lost Box. That's about it. Well, and it's good for finishing things off since you are discarding. It's good for mill. The big attack, the one that everyone sees and says that's what we need to use, Single Strike Crush, 240 damage, and you discard the top 4 cards of your deck. Now that is deadly. That is a very good attack. That is the sort of thing that lots of people have made work. They made it work with Houndoom when it first came out, and Lugia more recently in the Single Strike Lugia box. Now, personally, you might see the title, so you might have an idea, but I like turbo decks. I like being out in turn 1. Normally, turbo is restricted to lightning because you've got yourself the electric generator. If I just bring it up, like a spell. Electric generator. Got the top 5 cards of your deck and attach up to 2 basic lightning energy cards, 2 bench lightning Pokemon. Basically, the strategy there, you would use Peony and you'd grab all of the lightnings. Yes, this is another Peony deck. Tomorrow won't be. I just really like Peony as a card. I think it's really creative, and it's best for this deck. So lightning decks would use Peony, and they turbo out 3 energies, at least. And they'd normally go with Iron Hands, 120, take extra prize, but 4 energies. They'd use Raikou if you've got a bigger thing, Miraidon. They could use anything. It's an electric deck. Today, I want to make my Turbo Tyranitar with Peony. Step 1. It needs a partner. And Moltres is also rotating. So we're going to have Moltres. Moltres is great. Fans. People who appeared yesterday, or to the video from yesterday that was made on the 4th, will remember that I made Moltres with Morpeko, and we won 2 out of 3 games, so I was quite proud of that one. Today we're going to make the V work. It's going to be partnered with Tyranitar. Personally, I dislike the self-mill of Tyranitar, so I think for lighter single prize decks we want to go with Cragalanche. But if there's bigger things, we want to come in with Moltres. Moltres, as I said yesterday, but I'll say it again, 220 HP, Dark type, great versus you. However, the main attraction, Aura Burn, no, that's not. 190, 30 to itself. There was a lot of interactions where mirror matchups would go someone hits Moltres and then you take 2 cards KO each. The biggest attraction, Dire Flame Wings. Once during your turn, attach a dark energy from your discard to this Pokemon. Then you can only use 1 go. Great for turboing out energy, and lots of people saw use with it with Darkrai, which is another one of those damage for each energy on board. It was good, it got your energy out. We're going to partner it today with Peony and Tyranitar. I said Turbo Tyranitar, or Turbo Tar as I've called it. Tyranitar isn't a first turn attacker, for most people. He's got a problem where his attacks cost 3 energy. How are we going to remedy that? Well, with that electric generator, we're instead going to cheat. We're going to use Dark Patch. Ooh, gold. Dark Patch says attach a basic dark energy from your discard to one of your bench dark Pokemon. It's good for getting your dark energies out. That's it. The advantage here is that you can Peony and grab 2 Dark Patch, and then you can turbo them all on your Tyranitars. Or or your Montrace, or your anything you like. So what else are we playing? Well, since we want to turn 1 Peony, I think the best way to support is with Mew. People will recognise Mew, it is one of my favourite cards. Genome hacking, restart, you know the drill. Draw cards, even has a lucky genome hacking snap in it. So we've got some Pokemon. I've been seeing a lot of Aegislash on the ladder, so personally I'm going to slip in a single prizer, just because I dislike losing. We're going to use Morpeko. Those of you who know Morpeko, I'll go with the normal arch to show you. No energy attached, has no retreat cost, 70 damage, move to energy. It's a single prize attacker, it does some solid damage, it exists, it's got a free retreat pivot in it. What's not to like? Not much. It is brother to the Morpeko we played with yesterday. Don't want to searching through it, you will have seen the video. Okay, so step 2, we've got our attackers. I'm going to drop a Tyranitar because you only need 2. You might go with 3 Tyranitars, that's where your recovery comes in. But most of the time you want to go with like Tyranitar's, Moltres and Morpeko in a loop. Choose your favourite, attack with it. So what do we want next? Well, Dark Patch requires the energies to go into the discard pile. It also requires the Pokemon to be on the bench. Let's start with the discard pile problem. How do you discard energies? Fans of the trading card game will know this guy. They'll also hate this guy because the amount of times he kills you basics. Concealed cards on Radiant Greninja. Discard an energy, draw 2. It's draw, it's discarding energies. There's nothing else you can really get wrong with Greninja. And that's all Pokemon want. Some of the decks will have more than 8 to 10 Pokemon. I think yesterday's deck had 10. This one, we only need 8. We have our attackers, 2 cards that are rotating, right? Yep. 2 rotation cards. We have Mew. We're not going to involve a Poppy in this deck. We didn't see much use with it yesterday. I don't see much use in playing it today. Morpeko. It's also a great single prize attacker. And Greninja. Draw. Discard. Dark Energy. This bit's the difficult bit. How many do we need with this deck? I'm going to go for 7. I'm going to go 7 because you only need 3 fish energies to attack with your main attackers, or 2. I suppose you could technically use 4, but now we've got it. Poppy, not Poppy, Peony. Who's Peony's brother? I need to play that game. Peony, Dark Patch. Step 2. We need our basics out. We want to go for a turn 1 slap. We're going to go some VIP. We all hate the card, I know. It's still the best card, like in the format. Every deck plays it. There's a reason it's around. Vessel. You also saw this yesterday. It finds your energy. Nothing else I can say there. Reminds me, it's Luminium's team format. I forgot to add one. We need Aluminium. It literally sets your deck for a supporter. Wait, no we don't. We don't want that. Because most of our cards are searching and putting things on straight onto our bench with an S-Ball and the VIP, Aluminium won't be used. Well, what next? We're going to play Raihan. Throughout the game, we're going to be turboing out a lot of energy. Raihan will help with that. I think we'll go 1 Raihan, just because you don't need 4, you don't need 2. You're going to turbo out an energy, you're going to use PD to find your cards. Like I said, we need recovery, let's slap super on it. That's just going to get your cards back, that's going to help you choose your attackers. Now we've ran into a good thing, so we've got the skeleton of our deck, and the rest of the cards can be used to push consistency. We're going to aim for peonies. So, to find our peonies, especially in that first go, you saw it yesterday, it's probably my most underrated favourite card. Pokegame. Look at the top 7 cards, grab a supporter. Fairly simple. It grabs you supporters. We're going to have Boss. This one is going to have Boss. I could have went counter capture, but we are going to be aiming to take E for quick prize cards, and Boss won't help, and counter capture won't help. Whereas Morpeko wouldn't be taking 4 damage full price cards ago. This will be. I've just searched up Comfy. You might be a little confused. I need to check something. There's no resistance, but it has 70 HP. So, does that count as darks? Yes. Excellent. Yeah. Single strike energy will buff the damage, it will change the numbers. Basically, you'll now go from 60 damage to 80, which is also good against evolving stage 1s like Curlier. 80 damage, you can one-shot with Avalanche. Why is that good? You get to mill rather than self-mill, or have to hit with a Moltres. But then the deck's pretty open. Next step, always find a stadium. There is going to be people who play Path to the Peak, you need a counter. I think today we're going to opt for Lost City. The advantage of today's deck is you won't be using all of these attackers, so you choose the best. And since you won't recover them much, what's the next best step? Let's get rid of your attackers. You're not allowed them if I'm not allowed them. Supporters. We could use supporters. I don't think we need any more. Instead, this is going to be like a post-stop deck. First of all, we're going to search through because I'm not very clever and forgot the name of the card I want to get. Shoes. There we go. Tracking shoes just helps consistency. One of my favourite items. Draws. Switch card, same thing. It's healing and it will switch your Tyranitar and Moltres. They'll be active if you start with them and Green Drop Post. Then the deck is still pretty difficult to run. You need to make a deck with Energy Sticker, and I've got an idea. It might not be good, but there's an idea. I'm going to have a vacuum because I still don't like Path. This is a very awkward time. Yeah. Once this is kind of done, you kind of stop with numbers for your thinking. Better get to it quickly. The reason I am playing single strike energy and not tool is because tools can be bounced and, well, yeah, that's about it. We're going to play 2 Forest Seal Stone. We have no V-Star abilities. We may as well use them. They can be put on Tyranitar or Moltres, and it allows you to search it for a card. Any card you like. Actually, yeah, I think I'm also going to play 2 Cleansing Gloves, 1 thing, I think. Numbers are always difficult, but the advantage of this is most of the Psychic cards I'm thinking of. Curlier, Rolls, Comfy, if you're not hitting the correct numbers on with your Tyranitar's Avalanche, you will hit with these Psychic Cleansing Gloves. Final step, we need some more items. Yeah, you need to pack extra items. 2 Great Balls helps us search for our cards. Wait, no, Ultra Ball over Great Ball. Because of how new EX works, playing Ultra Ball will thin your hand down for you to draw cards. And then that will allow you to easier execute strategies. I will be playing 1 Escape Rope. Yeah, single strike cards. Keep getting Tyranitar as single strike. Because if you can get away with playing some single strike cards, it could be good. Things like none of these, because none of them are very good. Single strike Scroll of Scorn. It's sort of that wild card where you can come in with a late game single strike scroll and just blow things up. I want to play it. It helps into the single strike idea. You know what? I've not tried that card yet. Cycling Road. Sorry, I couldn't think of what the 60th card should be. Cycling Road. Discard an energy, draw a card. It's another Greninja. It's another way to get your energies into the discard. Let's give this a go. Turbo Tyranitar. One of the weirder decks. I think this could work. Tyranitar, I think it was my first deck when Single Strike, Rapid Strike, the Battle Style set, thank you, first came out. I really liked playing it with Houndoom. I still disliked the self-mill, so a lot of my attacks were the 60 Crag Wrench, which would hit 120. Wouldn't be enough to KO you, would still look awesome. I really enjoyed Single Strike as a gimmick. They look like I'm playing a fighting deck, that's fine. Single Strike as a gimmick is very creative. Same with Rapid Strike, you've got two separate ideals. Lots of fast, spread out damage, slow, powerful hits. Really fits the two Urshifu forms, that's what they're based on. For the two people who are stupider than me. None of you are stupider than me, I promise. Your opponent won the coin flip. Moltres. My favourite deck I've ever made using Galarian Moltres V. I tried to make Moltres. Triple Galarian birds. It went about as well as you'd think, but then it went better. I might actually recreate that. Basically, the whole gimmick of that deck was you'd attack with Moltres and Zapdos, while Articuno provided free draw. And the idea was just so stupidly funny, it was funny. It worked occasionally, it's just not enough. Right, let's have a look at this hand, which is very, I want to say poor, but it actually looks alright. Onyx. Wait, is this a Steelix self-damage deck? Did I prize both my Moltres? I prized both my Moltres. That's why we play good old Heavy Ball. Let's do this. Tyranitar, it's quite simple. Play Earth and Vessel. Discard Pokego. Only 4 energies in the deck. We prize 2 energy and 2 Moltres. Yeah, always know your deck. That's how I already know 4 of my prizes. That's a good card. And then we can just pass. Super Rod, not so great to see, especially when we prized a lot of our cards. Might need to aim for a Single Strike Crush turn 2. If he's, I don't know what you'd play. Why would you go second if you're playing Steelix? Are you trying to hit a hard headbutt? Zinnia. Fighting. Is this a Garchomp deck? Yeah, it's Garchomp. Alright, this is where the Single Strike energies would be very useful if we can, well, we need a rope off is the problem. We need rope, we need a Single Strike energy, we need a Dark Patch. So literally off the Mew plus top deck we need a Single Strike energy, plus Greninja if we find an energy. Because we can Peony for rope Dark Patch. Which is nice. Like hard headbutt. What does this actually do? 20 damage, thank you. Tails. I think it's a flip a coin to no damage. Yeah, prevent all damage and effects of attacks. This is why you might want to play a Power Pad. Because draws like that. There's my rope, there's... And I prized a Dark Patch. And a shoes, I think. Actually. No, wait, I've already attached the scroll. Nah, that's fine. Let's rope. Yeah, advantage of Peony Mew. It will be in a lot of my decks because it's a creative concept. Peony. Play Mew. Mew draws 3 cards. That is not what I want. It does 160 or 120 snipe Garchomp EX V. Garchomp EX, so I don't mind leaving Mew. I prefer not to, but damn it, am I about to lose to Garchomp? Rock. Draw 2, put a basic in. He's about to Sonic Dive, probably Greninja, right? He'd want to do Greninja, wouldn't he? Personally, I would have done a Hydro Launcher. Yeah, he just doesn't want me to have the draw, or he just dislikes Greninja. Is that the third Lost City discard? Yeah. There we go, there's some leverage. Yeah, literally the 6 I said. I'm quite proud of myself though. Not good, but... Alright, this is going to look weird. This is going to look heavily creative. Because you see, I'm then going to restart early. Or Pekka? Or Mew? I'll take another Mew. Draw is good. Thin the deck. Do not attach either of those. Preferably an Ultra Ball. Peony will do. Okay, so next go we can play Peony again. Alright, here's the gimmick here. Here is the very clever gimmick. 240 plus 60 is only 300. 260 plus 80 is 320. Also, we've got Single Strike Strong Storm in case he decides to punch me. We do discard Iono, that's good, and Energy, that's not so good. Especially if he has an Energy in that hand, he can turbo 3 out. Acuity? Oh, it's still a KO. Hold on, does that help me? Oh yeah, nice. I could have just clicked the gimmick thing. Gimmick stats effect. Yeah, QT and Single Strike Engine. He is going to Hydro Launcher, probably attach 3 to the Onyx, I think. And then we come in with a massive Single Strike Crush. Such a cool sounding name. Nah, that is an awesome sounding name. Yep, Hydro Lander, thanks for your acuity. You're making him nice and bulky. Still got 90 HP, so even if he bounces his own acuity,